Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Mike here. Actually, this time it's not eMBeaR this time. Kind of a different video for you all today. This one, it's a doozy. It's a doozy. So maybe I should do the whole coming in and. Guys, no, it's not that kind of video. I mean, it is kind of a serious one for me, at least. It's a different video. It's very different. And honestly, I'm actually quite peeved right now because I was about 15 minutes in with just emptying my heart out, and my microphone wasn't on. So that makes this even better. Okay, here we go. So I'm sure some of you, at least around 10 to 20,000-ish of you, that's crazy to think about. I've been noticing that I've been missing good chunks of uploads, like 3 days here, 2 days here, sometimes 4 days. I think it's even 5 days at this point here. And it's due to a couple things. And the main thing is I am just totally and utterly, completely burnt out at the moment, like totally uninspired. Every time I sit down, I'm just like, no. And you know, it's interesting that so many people have been talking about being burnt out right now. Like there was a really good video on Jacksepticeye's channel when he was talking with a therapist. I thought they did really well in that video. Yeah, Boogie2988 was talking about it. I think Philip DeFranco was as well. And it's even gotten some like mainstream traction. And it's interesting that just because we're all on the same platform, most YouTubers are in the same emotional roller coaster that it is as well. So it's no secret that YouTube has really changed over the years. And I don't want to go too far into it, but like it seems like every year or every half year they change something in their website to just totally flip it upside down and confuse the hell out of creators, to make everything different, to make, you know, just things just totally bonkers for a while. And people try to figure it out when it's really hard, and you usually can't. But it's what a time to be alive. But to go back to what Jacksepticeye's video was kind of saying with that therapist was that I think they worded it perfectly. When you start getting burnt out and you don't know why, and it's like a dream job that you're in, and you're like, why am I feeling this way? And you feel guilty. Like you're like, this is an amazing opportunity. Well, like why wouldn't I want to do this every waking moment? And they put it perfectly. I mean, it's all perspective, to put in, you know, for example, it's all perspective. Like problems are in the perspective of the person having the problems. Like just because someone's having a problem where their car won't start, doesn't mean that it should be any less of a problem just because someone doesn't have a car, type of thing. You know, it's perspective. Like it's people's lives are different and whatever. But they were saying like the fact that when you're doing something, when you're doing YouTube and you're getting rewarded a certain amount, and rewards are obviously like ad revenue and recommended views and, you know, traction, stuff like that. And that's like recommended views, I would say, for most people. Just the fact of your stuff getting out there is more of the reward that people are feeling. Like they want more of that, and they're losing it. Or at least it is for me. I hate the feeling of like putting a lot of work into something and then having it just like sit on my channel and rotting, instead of like going out there and having people being able to actually explore and find it with, you know, keywords and stuff like that. Because I mean, a lot of people aren't going to just like stumble upon my channel. People are going to stumble upon a video that they put keywords into a search bar. When you're doing that for so long and you have a certain reward that you and feedback that you get from YouTube, and then all of a sudden like things start changing and you don't know why, and you get less for the same amount of work, and then you put in more work but you still get the same less, or maybe even more less. I know, I'm a wordsmith. It's just, it gets this animosity and this resentment building up in you. And it's when you're at this point of YouTube and you're doing things full time, and it's like that is your job, that is your life, that, you know, you have to keep on going. I would relate it very similar to the feeling of like gambling, right? So it's like the highs are high and the lows are really low, but you can't stop. I mean, obviously you can stop gambling and you can stop YouTubing, but it's like you would rather, instead of stopping, you'd rather keep on pushing more and more and more and more and more. And that's a good feeling to do. And sometimes it works out, but when it takes so long to try to push through and try to do other things, it just really weighs on you. It just really wears you down. And I've been having, this is the second kind of part of what I've been feeling lately, is for the first time in my life, I've been having like really, really bad anxiety. And not talking about like nervousness or anything like that. It's like I would sit down in my chair, and before that I'd be like, all right, I got this plan in my head. I'm gonna do this, record this, do this, and then, you know, boom. But I would sit down and I'd be like having this overwhelming feeling, and I'm even having like heart pounding right now, even just doing this. And I would sit down and just get overwhelmed. And then I would find every reason not to do something, and I just wouldn't. I just would find something else to do, or I'd be like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. And I'm a procrastinator, so it's like doesn't help even more. And then on top of that, I'd be like uninspired by the content coming out. Like I would have, you know, the games right now, it's just so dry. It just needs to be November and October already for Fallout and Dying Light 2 and Red Dead Redemption. Like I need these so bad. I've always been a variety gamer, and it's really hard for me to concentrate on one game and always stay with that game, because there's also lifespan to games. So I don't ever want to like stick myself into one thing, but at the same time, it's like you have to have good games to come out. So even like a lot of times I'd sit down and be like, yeah, this is an all right game. I'll do this one. And then I'd be like, in my head, I'd just be like, is this good enough? No, it's not good enough. Is this gonna hurt my channel? Are my subs gonna like it? Or is it gonna hurt my channel if I don't upload at all? Or if it's gonna hurt my channel more if I upload this? Like, it's a very confusing thing to try to delicately balance and dance around. It's ridiculous. I just wish it was straightforward again. So usually lately the feeling has been winning over me with that whole, nah, just don't do it. Just go and do something else. It's really hard to make like decent content if you're trying to force something out of yourself. And that's you know, I've scrapped many recordings lately that have been me sitting there trying to make something fun. And that's my whole thing. Is like, I just want to have fun. That's why I say it at the end of every video, to keep having fun. It's very important to do that. And it's really hard to do that when it is your job, your life, and your hobby and everything you do. And things have just been changing and being really, really, just really crap. And I've had thoughts of like, should I still be doing this? Should I make a new channel? Should I find a new path? And I have made a new channel. I just don't know what I'm doing with that one either. Like I don't think I have ADHD, but what are we talking about? So that's the basic gist of what I've been missing lately, or why rather I've been missing things lately, is because of burnout and anxiety. The two most plaguing things of most YouTubers nowadays. Also lack of sleep and lack of vitamin D from outside. And now it's like really eye-opening, and I'm realizing it now, like why you don't see many YouTubers that make it past like 5 to 8 years on their channels, because things change so often and they get the same feeling and then they usually just leave or do something else. And the fact that when the system changes, like maybe their channel can't change with it just because of the style of content that they are. So it's eye-opening, like why you don't see channels that are still successful today that are, you know, from 10 years ago, besides things that are like, you know, Shane Dawson, who were able to change or whatever, and then actually become like a newfound channel in a sense. On the bright side of things though, something that I have been really, really enjoying, it's so nice to just be able to sit down, press a button and go, is streaming. Streaming has been so good. It's been such a godsend. It's so nice to be able to just kind of sit down and play a game. That's all I have to do, is just have fun and interact with chat and you guys. And it's so nice to be able to be playing a game that I want to play, plus being able to talk to some people at the same time. I actually get to be kind of pseudo sociable, I guess. Like, it's not me in a party by any means, but like, you know, talking with people at least. Come on, give me a break. It's baby steps. It's been the highlight of when I do things, and I've been wanting to do more, but I've been trying to like still like do more videos, even though I've been having an issue with it. And I do have a Twitch now. I haven't streamed on it yet, but I do plan to do it on the future, but I don't follow it. It's against terms of service to tell you that I'm live and to follow me on a different website other than YouTube. So search for the link. Maybe it's in the description. I doubt it. Either way, don't go look down there because don't go to Twitch and follow my channel. Stay here. Stay on YouTube. I think that would carry the one. I'm probably banned. But lately I have been streaming still on YouTube. It's just easier. I have it set up. You guys already know where I am and stuff like that. So I'm still enjoying my stream time here on YouTube. There are some plans and some games that I do have lined up for the near future. Hopefully you guys are still around after being gone for 4 days. 4 days being gone on YouTube and then like another chunk of 3 and 2 and stuff like that. That's pretty much like you're gone. Like you've been away. But I've just needed to take these like little breaks. Honestly, I should have just taken like the 1 full week break and then not have to deal with all those just sprinkled out days of being, you know, missing uploads and stuff like that. But I try to just, like I said, I try to just keep on battling through it instead of just like succumbing and letting it wash over for a little bit. Wow, this sounds very depressing. Don't worry, it's not. Just give up, surrender. So again, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you very much to the Patreon members. Thank you all of the YouTube members that have been around as well. People that come in to chat on live streams all the time. It's been a blast being able to have some fun with you guys and play games and stuff. You guys have made my life, even though it might not seem like it right now, but it's a lot better than it has ever been. I feel fortunate to have these problems that I have instead of other ones, if that makes sense. So thank you for these problems. And just as a closer, keep your eyes peeled, by the way, for Far Cry Zombies. That just came out. I'm gonna be playing some of that with Dan. Also, keep your eye out, and actually both your eyes out. Just take them both and keep them out. For Dying Light Bad Blood. I guess that might have a public thing this weekend. I guess we'll see. I tweeted them and I emailed them and I was like, hey, I'm over here, Mr. Dying Light, you know, this send a key my way, and they didn't even hear me. So also, if anybody knows a good brand of eye drops or something like an eye drop that I can take as a pill, because I hate putting things in my eye because my eyes have been really dry lately. That's why I might look like I've been smunking the donkin. I can't put things in my eyes. It just doesn't work out. So if you please let me know. Please. All right. It feels nice being open and real. It feels nice that I can just like talk with you guys. So either way, thank you very much for watching and sticking around and subbing and liking and commenting. I'll see you all in the next one. Hopefully there's not another one of these videos, but the next gaming video. But either way, remember to keep having fun. Bye-bye.